Hello, World of Tanks Blitzers. It's a Littlefinger. Hey, chasing Faden. That is the name of this video. And one of the things I like to do to keep the game interesting is check out all of these medals that you can get here. And Walkie Talk and I were going through this and comparing what medals we had. And neither one of us had this Fadin's Medal. Destroy the last enemy vehicle in the battle with the last shell in the ammo, right? To get the Fadin's Medal. Now, I posted an IS-7 Dumb Way to Die where the guy was top damage and at the end of the game had no clips. And a lot of people had said to me he was probably trying to get a Fadin Medal. And I really hadn't followed that and really wasn't aware that that was indeed a medal that you could get. So you can see there's two more medals here that I've yet to get. I might try on getting those, but those are extremely difficult because you have to have 5 or more modules critically damaged, so a little bit more difficult to control on the battlefield. So anyway, what Walkie Talk and I tried to do the other day was to do this in the scavenger. And if you look at the ammunition, I mean, you can carry up to 90 rounds in this thing. Well, you have to carry at least 22 rounds, right? And even at that, it was very difficult to get down to the last shell. So what I'm going to show you here is our first failed attempt. As you can see, tuned up with Walkie Talk, both in scavengers, and this is a really difficult little balancing act. You know, we don't want to just give up and lose the game because we have no shells at the end. But on the other hand, you want to have that last shell in the clip to kill that last tank. So it requires you to unload a few shots early. So you'll see that we are both shooting, getting rid of our HE shells. The reason for that is obviously that they are the least expensive. So we're not dropping too many credits by wasting shells, right? Carrying 2 APCR just in case we run into a tank we can't pen. But again, it is just a matter of getting these shells expended. Yeah, we're getting down to the point where we're almost out of HE, and you know, then we'll start doing some damage. M7's gonna run right into us. Alright, so now let's start doing some damage and see if we can't get this down to 1 or 2 tanks left, right? Yeah, flying tanks. Some interesting play at tier 5 these days. These guys are just sitting here, just waiting to get shot. Whereas, you know, you can see I'm taking my shot, pulling back behind cover, trying to conserve hit points. So, still 10 shots left, right? And of course, Walkie Talk's in the same room with me, so we are in communication, and you know, we're talking about the battle and how many shells he has left, and we're gonna be perhaps maybe good teammates. We'll see how that ends. But 3 tanks left and 7 shells left. Alright, so time for me to start dropping adrenaline. Let's try to get some more shells out. 5 left, 3 tanks. There's my last HE. I've got 3 AP. And it's now just Walkie Talk and I. Both of us have done pretty well conserving hit points. And I have 2 shells left, so I sure hope that that last guy that just shot me is pretty low health. Alright, so one APCR left for me, and a Wolverine that unfortunately has 312 hit points, so I cannot kill him myself. And obviously I'm asking Walkie Talk to get him down to a one-shot for me. Walkie Talk at this point in time has about 4 shells remaining. So even though I'm coming up behind him, I can't shoot him because I'll be out of shells. So asking Walkie Talk to get one more shot in here. He's trying to get down to his last shell. So he's going to take a shot there. So he's got 1 shell. I've got 1 shell. And I was hoping that he would be able to reload and finish him off. I took my shot and left him on 5 hit points. So without any shells left, we'll go in for the ram kill and the win. And by God, that should be a medal in of itself, to kill the last tank without any shells remaining, right? But anyway, you can see we still did good. 1800 damage, level 1 mastery game there. Alright, so it was still determined here to get this medal today. And as you can see, I am playing by myself, again, in the scavenger, top tier Himmelsdorf here. So let's see how this one unfolds. This is a very difficult map to play. One of my least favorites. It's kind of like you've got the heavy hold down on the right side, and then you've got very much a peek-a-boom style play style here on the left. And you do have to be very aware of all of the different angles and where potential tanks could be. And it's just, to me, not a very dynamic map. So this time I've changed it up, and I've got a lot more AP rounds, not as many HE. So again, some real interesting teams that we're running into. I guess I don't know if it's kind of, the Thanksgiving events and just players getting rushed up to upper tiers. I mean, these guys are just sitting in the open. Alright, so the team is playing well, and that's the difficulty, right? If you have a really good team, you can't unload all of your shells in time. So here I am, just trying to get rid of a couple. The team's doing well. Now we're down to 10 shells. Remember, we have to carry at a minimum 22 into battle. And I think that's a good thing that Wargaming does. Wouldn't want to see this too often with people running out of shells. But alright, so 3 tanks left. I want to keep this PZ4 and the Matilda in front of me. I've still got 6 shells left. So these are the only 2 remaining tanks, so I need to make sure I can get a shot on each one of them. And I'm thinking, you know what, the damage here, I got to get just a couple more shells out. Down to 4 shells. Down to 3 shells. Alright, we'll get 1 shot into here. I hope. There goes the Matilda. And now I've got to get around here to the PZ4G. Get rid of that last shell. Got 1 more. And there it is. The last shell in the clip. All zeros on the ammo bar. 1460 damage. Level 2. And there is the Fadin Medal. So, Walkie Talk was not happy that I ended up getting that medal without him. So we had to try a little bit later. to get it for himself. And you'll see here that he is running the bigger derper gun. I'm not sure what size it is off the top of my head because I don't play with this gun. You can see our gun barrels do look a little bit different. And he was running this because, as you see, he only has to carry 10 rounds. But instead of a 7-second reload, he's got an 11-second reload. So probably works out to be pretty similar. Just a few less shells that he has to carry. So yeah, you can see he dropped adrenaline at the beginning of the game, and he's already down to only 5 shells. So at this point, I would say he is highly relying on me to do the damage. This team all went to the heavy side. Look at this aim time on this gun. I'm just not a big fan of this gun. Longer reload, much longer aim time. Not as good pen, but does more damage, right? So now he's down to 4 shots. Another team that is just getting slaughtered, down to 3 tanks left, so he decides to unleash another clip. And 2 tanks left. He's still got 3 shots. He has not even done any damage. 2 shots. He's gonna get rid of his last shot. So yeah, so as you can see, highly relying on me for this medal. He just has to stay alive here, but cannot shoot until he steals this last kill. There's the last one down. Perfect timing as he comes over for his only shot of the game that does damage. So yeah, -6 credits, 115 damage, but he does come away with that difficult Fadin Medal. So that's wrapping up our episode of Chasing Faden. Alright guys, so I hope you're having fun out there. Stay safe, get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger out.